Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk quick tip. We're going to talk about tracking today. Now, tracking is a pretty central tactic in this game. It means to knock the track off of the tank, which will stop it from moving. With a couple notable exceptions. Number one is wheeled tanks. You cannot detrack them because they have wheels. They only slow down. They don't stop. And there's an American heavy line called the Yo tanks that have a track within a track. The idea was even if they get tracked, they can still move slowly. So there is that in the game as well. However, the vast majority of the vehicles and tanks in World of Tanks, if you knock the track off, they stop. And that means they can no longer move, right? There's a lot of tactical implications to that. If it's not something that's in your kit bag to use, I suggest you add it. We're going to give you an example right here of one of the ways you can use tracking, especially when you're dealing with terrain, when you're dealing with being low hit points as an example, when you've got some snipers behind you, etc. So here I am in my Pollack. You can see that I've got a Scorpion buggy and CC-56 back there. There's even an Achilles way back here. I've been working this central spot on Himmel's Cliff Door for a long time. And we're going to have an HT number 6. A wild HT number 6 is going to appear. So let's see what happens here and I'll show you what I do. Kind of sitting here. I don't really know he's there. Just he has been last seen around the corner. They actually made a push. But I haven't seen him for a while. It's been quite a long time. So this is what I'm looking at. Oop, found him. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so we have a 1,000 hit point, HT number 6. We're about mid-game. People are starting to pick off near deads, and now I'm a near dead. I'm a one-shot to this HT number 6. So if he comes up and over, I'm pretty much done. So I'm going to back out, and then we're going to see this guy making a push, and I'm watching him come, right? You can see he's coming right at me. I'm thinking, what's he doing? Is he? Yes, he is. And it looks like he's coming at me. Now, I'm working a little bit against gun depression with the Pollack, but my intention here as I back out is I'm going to track him. So when I hit his track, hopefully it breaks the track. If he burns a kit, that's a bummer, but I want to track him again if I can after that. So here he comes, and we're aimed right at the track. Notice where his gun is right there. It's not quite on me, right? Unless I have a very tall tumor or something. You can tell he doesn't have the gun depression to look at me. So we're going to track him, and then we're going to back out, and I'm going to back down. So real quickly here, the reason I am backing down is if we come up here to where this dude is, right, he's trying to look down and get a shot on me. And if I can back down lower, more than he has gun depression, he won't get a shot on me. It's a little bit close right there. So I'm going to back out a little bit more, and now you can see he's searching. I can see his turret moving, his gun move towards me. But based on that angle, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to track me. That's allowing me to do a couple things. Get out of the way, reload, trap him right there so he can't shoot me, and potentially have the guys behind me put shots on this guy. All right, so I've slowed him down. I've survived a few more seconds. I've made him stop in one place. He's already lost some hit points from the shot I made. Oh, by the way, when I shot, there was a hitbox back there as well. And he's going to fix this, or maybe his repairs happen. And now here he comes again, right? So he's coming at me again. I'm just about reloaded. I'm going to try to hit the track once again. And I did get a crit damage. It's hard to tell. I don't think the destruction graphics will show it. Oh, they do. All right. So it's actually showing both kind of broken. So I don't know if I actually broke that track that time or not, but I think I did. He started to slide. In any event, the two snipers back there got shots on him as he was coming up and over. So that whole sequence allowed me to survive with 158 hit points by hitting the tracks. Now let's just talk real quickly before we go on this quick tip. I want to talk about shot selection on the tracks. So he's coming up over with 1,059. As the Tiger comes up and over, I do shoot him into the tracks. Now with this tank, and it's not the same for all tanks, but you can see that the Tiger tank has a hitbox back up here behind, and you can see that's the hole up here. So I went up through the tracks into the hitbox here. Not all tanks have that hanging out over. They may actually just have the hole kind of stop right here, and that shot would not damage him. Oftentimes if you get an angle, it's a bit better. So say you're coming at an angle like this, where you're shooting into that front sprocket, and then you can get into the hitbox back behind it. So it just depends on the design of the tank and which way you're aiming, and whether you're high, low, sideways, angled, all that stuff. Then you take into account the angle of the armor and things. But it is mo beta to track and damage if you can. in that case. All right, so there you go. A little practical application of tracking, one of those things that you need to put in your kit bag. There's a lot of different scenarios where this can be very helpful. And last thing I'll say here is very often when you're a single shot like I am or a one shot, you'll get people with a lot of hit points who want to press in and try to take you out. You can take advantage of that to some extent by slowing them down, harassing them, tracking them, let your snipers back behind you, help you, all that good stuff, and I end up surviving that engagement. That's all I've got for today's quick tip. Have a good one, and we will see you.